Hey guys, it's JonTaun from Total Brohammer, and today we'll be looking at the Goblin Wolf Chariot. So right here I've got the T-Froggers, and in this army, this is going to be a double cast by the way, both exhibiting Goblin Wolf Chariots and their extreme usefulness. I mean, guys, Goblin Wolf Chariots, they, in Warhammer 2, I know in Warhammer 1 they were kind of lacking stuff, but in Warhammer 2, they are the shit. They are amazing. I want y'all to see just what they do in these two games. Alright, so for my army, I've got the T-Froggers right here and two Goblin Wolf Chariots on the side. I've got two Goblin Archers and the Rusty Arrows in the middle. I got a front line of 3 Black Orcs intermixed with the Warlords Boys and, what are these guys called? Deadbeak Loonies. I've got Azag up in the air, and all he has is Fate of Yuna. And I've got a Goblin Big Boss on a Wolf and a Spider. Alright, and for my opponent here, he has 3 Dread Spears up front, 2 Shades with dual weapons, interesting choice, and he's going a little bit memey too, bringing the best unit on the Dark Elf roster, 3 Reaper Bolt Throwers. You gotta love this guy. You gotta love his spunk. He's obviously abusing the meta, and you know, if it works, he's gonna use it. Alrighty, so he's also got 2 Dark Shards and 2 Hognith. Well, sorry, I always get these two mixed up. Blackguard of Nagaron in the force. He's also got 1 Cold One Knight hidden in the forest. I forgot to tell you, I have 2 Squig Hoppers, including the Regiment of Renowned Durkit Squigs, behind the enemy army. So, that should be pretty useful there. And as you can see, this game's only 3 minutes and 45 seconds because, obviously, the Goblin Wolf Chariots are so powerful. So, let's see what they do. And just look at these Reaper Bolt Throwers. Man, look at that. That's 2100 spin. Look how much damage he's doing to these black orcs. Yeah, it's great. All right, so his shades do appear over here, so I'm gonna send my Goblin Wolf Chariots over here, believing that there's nothing around to stop him. I see he has some Coldwood Knights in the force out here, so I'm going to try to draw them into my front line. So I'm pulling these guys back, these Goblin Wolf Chariots back behind my front line. I see these shades are caught out, so I'm going to send my Night Goblin Squig Hoppers into them, and just send my Goblin Wolf Chariot straight to the front line. Look at all that damage. Unfortunately, he does see that and sends the Cold One Knights out after them, so I'm going to have to be pulling my Goblin Wolf Chariots out and try to save him here. He sends these Dread Spears forward, and I believe his tactic here was to use these Dread Spears just kind of hold on my army so his Reaper Bolt Throwers could do more damage. But yeah, I got his formation all mixed up right here, so he's not able to do that. And even if he did, I'd be able to get in between the cracks. But honestly, it might have been a good idea, because he could have sent all 3 of these Dread Spears after each one of the Black Orcs, and then had these Hognith Executioners come fight the Goblins and really mess them up. But my Goblin Archers would destroy their Dread Spear defenses pretty fast, I think, though, so it probably wouldn't have worked. Anyway, I'm still trying to get these Goblin Wolf Chariots out of here, and I have routed off his Shades with dual weapons on both fronts here. So I had Azag the Slaughterer go after his lord, and he chased him off. And now I'm finally getting my Goblins into the front line, and this should do very well against the Dread Spears. I'm going to send these Goblins after these Dark Shards, and I'm sending these Black Orcs after all the Reaper Bolt Throwers, because they are, of course, so dangerous. I finally got my Goblin Wolf Chariots out of there, and it's time to go right back into these Blackguard and Nagaron, right in the back. So look at this. Look at them just plow them over. And I see that he has some Dark Shards over here, so I'm going to send these Durkit Squigs over there, I think. I popped a few at Fate of Yuna's. I popped one on the Cold One Knights, and I think I'm going to be popping one on these Blackguard and Nagaron here pretty soon. So we destroy his Dread Spears back here, and I'm just trying to get the rest of my army up here. But we're doing pretty good in the front line. We got his Reaper Bolt Throwers all offline. And seeing that these Blackguard and Nagaron are coming in, I'm going to be pulling out my Squigs very soon here. As you can see, my Chariots are just being pulled in and out of the lines. They're just doing their job, you know. They're so good. They're like the best unit in the game, guys. Anyone who says they're not is just stupid. So I got Azag fighting his Dreadlord with sword and crossbow, and I've also got the Wog Pop. So he's a beast in melee if you have the Wog Pop. I mean, he almost always gets a hit. So as you can see, I'm just running through the front line. He's sending his Cold One Knights after my Goblin Wolf Chariots. A very good idea, but I have my Goblin firing squad shooting at the Cold One Knights, and they will be going down really soon here. My Black Orcs are making well, not short work, but they're beating at these Blackguard and Nagaron, and things are looking very well. And at that point, my opponent does indeed concede defeat. So let's look at the in-battle screen here. As you can see, the Goblin Wolf Chariot's best units in the game. I mean, 19 kills, 20 kills, 12 kills. How can you do better than that, guys? And over on the other side, look at those overpowered Reaper Bolters. Come on. Okay, CA, please nerf. Please nerf CA. These units are just way too cost effective. They just do way too much damage. So I actually got another Goblin Wolf Chariot video for you, or game, and in this one I brought a little bit different army, and this time I was fighting the Empire, and he goes for an interesting formation, I gotta say. So for my army, you can see I got the same Goblin Wolf Chariot set up. This time I got some Night Goblins with the Rusty Arrows. I've got the what are those guys called? Go ahead and put it in slow-mo here. Well, we don't even have to put it in slow-mo. Broken Tusk Mob. I've got some nasty Skulkers in the back protecting my Goblin Firing Squad. And I've also got 2 Orc Biggins in a secondary line, and my front line is made of Night Goblins. Well, 3 Night Goblins, including the 2 Regiment Renowned versions, and 2 Black Orcs. And I've also brought the mighty Grimgor Ironhide. So I don't think I've ever even used this guy before, but I decided to bring him in this one. I've also got a Night Goblin Shaman, and he has got, let's see here. He's got Gorkle Fix-It, Itchy Nuisance, and Sneaky Stabbing. So all the buffs and debuffs there. So as you can, for my opponent, he's got the Free Company Militia over here. He's got 2 cannons on each side. He's got 2 Reichsguard on each side. He has a front line filled with Spearmen with shields, mixed in with 2 Great Swords. I mean, that's a lot of Spearmen with shields. 1, 2, 3, 5 Spearmen with shields. He's also got some Outriders in the forest over here, and a General of the Empire, actually. So I don't think he brought any magic. I mean, everyone knows that magic is very underpowered, and nobody uses it, so I don't blame him for not bringing it. So I'm just poking with my Goblin Wolf Chariots and letting them get some fire on these Reichsguard, and just look at all that damage. These guys are so good. I love them so much. Alright, so I'm just going to be squaring off right here, and what he was planning to do here was split up my army between this rock formation, which is a pretty good idea, but I'm just going to wheel around to one side because I just want to overwhelm one side. Seeing that he has these Free Company Militia and this Great Cannon up here, I'm just going to be able to wrap around and get onto those units. Alrighty, so I'm going to engage in the front line here. I'm going to have my Goblin Fighting Squad start shooting at this Reichsguard. I'm going to get Grimgor in here real soon here. The Black Orcs are on the Great Swords right where they want to be. And here come the Goblin Wolf Chariots. Let's see how they do. Ooh, look at that mass. They're just pushing through, no problem. Cutting through it like butter. Yeah, that's really great. Anyway, he charges these 8 Loonies with some Reichsguard. I'm going to pop Gorkle Fix It to slow them down and reduce their vigor. And I'm also going to get some Black Orcs on them. So I have these Orc Biggins just going to chase off these Outriders. I'm fine with that trade. And I'm going to be shooting at these Reichsguard with my Rusty Arrows. As you can see, my Goblin Wolf Chariots very strangely and very unfortunately are routing. I don't know why that's the case. I mean, they never rout. So I don't think I caught it, but he actually came around with a Reichsguard and got a really good charge on these Night Goblins right here, but it wasn't the best choice of target because, well, those were just Night Goblins. But I gotta say, those Night Goblins were holding up like 1, 2, 3, 4 units. So, yeah, efficient use of Night Goblins, I would say. But that's going to give me the opportunity to collapse with some Orc Biggins and my Broken Tusk Mob into the back of these Reichsguard right here. As you can see, he's moved his cannon around here, and he's moving up these Free Company Militia. And I can see he has some Reichsguard coming from my Goblin Firing Squad. And fortunately for me, I'm going to be able to catch them with my Nasty Skulkers. And I also pop the Smoke Bomb to keep them in place. Now my Goblin Firing Squad is just going to take care of them. The General of the Empire was fighting Grimgor, and you know what? Grimgor's no slouch in melee. Let's see his stats there. 70 melee attack and 35 melee defense. Yeah, 500 AP damage. Pretty good. So I've just been popping spells, and it's just a giant blob battle right now. My Broken Tusk Mob are beating his Reichsguard, along with the help of the AP Black Orcs and the anti-large Orc Biggins, and my Goblin Wolf Chariots are just running through the lines, you know, best they can. It's pretty thick right here, so I guess you can't expect them to cut through it like butter, but you know, best unit in the game, 10 out of 10, would use again. Over here, the General of the Empire is going after my archers, so I'm going to get my Nasty Skulkers on them and try to get these archers pulled away so that they can fire on him. And as you can see, Grimgor is over here, and he's beating up on the warrior priest. And he is indeed on the rock. So I'm gonna pop Sneaky Stillin on these guys right here, Orc Biggins. And I got the Broken Tusk Mob all up in his Free Count Militia, but his cannon is actually still firing. Unfortunately, he doesn't have really any great targets. I mean, everything in my army is fairly cheap. His best targets would have been either the Broken Tusk Mob. I mean, that would have been his best target. Or, if he didn't want to shoot at that, he could also shoot at the Black Orcs. As you can see, my Goblin Wolf Chariots are still kicking with his 3 models. And look at that, man, so powerful, so majestic even. It's amazing, I love it. Anyway, got some spearmen right here, and just look at this giant Empire blob. I'm gonna have Grimgor come right in the back, and he's just gonna start smashing. Because, you know, that's what Grimgor likes to do. He likes to smash. Here come the Teeth Robbers coming after those Empire Teeth. And there we go. Nice wide formation that they can actually push through. So yeah, guys, let's look at the end screen for that. Oh yeah, 7 kills, 12 kills, 25 kills, guys. You don't get better than this. I mean, come on. Are you gonna see any other unit in the game with these kind of kills? Okay, so the Black Horse have more kills than them, but these guys only cost a little more than half as much. That seems like a proper ratio to me. These guys are great. Anyway, that's gonna be all for this one, guys. I hope you all enjoyed this Goblin Wolf Chariot Spotlight. This is JonTaun for Total Brohammer signing out.